Hey, Lightning fans. So, why am I just like John Cooper? Because John Cooper and I were both really mad after last night's game. So, the Lightning drop it 5-1 to the Rangers, and we get the reruns in the post game interviews. We hear Stamkos saying, every time we make a mistake, it ends up in the back of the net. We hear John Cooper being really, really dismissive to a very valid question. Reporter asks him, is there a problem with the defensive structure? He says, no, we beat them in shot attempts. The Rangers only had 37 shot attempts, and that means really good. I'll take that. We keep hearing this stuff and seeing these awful games. Like the Lightning, they can score, usually, but they're just awful defensively. Good goaltender, a half decent core of defensemen, a couple of eh, borderline NHLers in there, but they're okay. But just awful defensive efforts. But John Cooper keeps saying, "Oh no, it was good because their shot attempts were low." John's missing here. Like, how can you not look at the Rangers and the way they played and say that is sound defense? That is good defensive structure. What we're doing is not. Okay, so the Lightning had way more shot attempts. The Rangers kept everything to the outside. They broke up all the passing lanes. They blocked shots like crazy. All of the shot attempts that the Lightning were taking were essentially meaningless, low percentage shots. They only had a couple of really, really good chances the entire game. One of them was their goal on the power play. The other one was Chernak being left alone in front of the net. All respect to Chernak and what he does and what his role is. He did nothing with that because he's not a defensively gifted player. Any goalie is going to stop that shot 50 times in warm-up. They made Shesterkin look brilliant. He wasn't. He played a bang average game. He played an absolutely normal NHL capable game. He gets a star of the game because he stopped a bunch of shots. They weren't threatening shots. The Rangers played solid defensive hockey with structure and good positioning. The Lightning didn't. Okay, so the Rangers only had 37 shot attempts. 5 of those shot attempts were to players wide open with no defenders near them, so they had a perfect shot on Vasilevsky and made him look like a scarecrow. Vasilevsky is a good goaltender. He can't stop all those shots that are brilliant cross-ice passes on 2-on-1 rushes with nothing going on from the defense because they're wildly out of position. This keeps happening. Coop keeps denying it. It's not working out very well for the Lightning. And Stamkos looked flat out sad in his interview. He looked sad and tired because they keep losing these games in the same fashion, where they keep trotting out, oh, we make an excuse and it ends up in the back of the net. It ends up in the back of the net because your mistake is a 2-on-1 that gives the opposition scorers brilliant attempts. It's not little mistakes where Chernak ends up in the front of the net. It's freaking Panarin. Of course he gets a hat trick. All of his goals were great goals because he's a great player. They were great goals where he basically had just an open line to the net. Bang! Yeah, he's going to score there. And Coop is in freaking denial. I know he's got to cover for himself. He's got to cover for his team. But he's in freaking denial if he doesn't think there's a structural issue there. And to be so rude as to say to the reporter that's an invalid question when everybody can see what the problem with this team is this year. They're a good team that plays bad defense. Always out of position. How many 2-on-1s did the Rangers get compared to how many 2-on-1s the Lightning got last night? I don't remember the Lightning getting many. They had a couple of near or partial breaks from stretch passes. They didn't have 2-on-1 after 2-on-1 after 2-on-1. The Rangers did. And they ended up in the net. That's because the Rangers have sound defensive structure. That's why they're leading the league, or nearly leading the league. And that's why the Lightning, despite having a bunch of freaking all-stars and future Hall of Famers, are floundering and barely within reach of the wild card spot. if they can't figure out how to simply stay in position in the defensive zone and how to not have every opposition breakout become a 2-on-1, they are never going to make it into that wild card spot. And it's driving me crazy because you can see the potential in the lineup. These guys, and they're going to end up wasting an all-time season from Nikita Kucherov if they keep playing this way. They have got to figure out their zone coverage. They have got to figure out how to stop some of these breakouts. They've got to start covering guys in front of the net. Hedman blew a tire. Okay. There are times, because they are similar of height, and one is 7 and one is 77, where I cannot tell the difference on the ice which one is Hayden Fleury and which one is Victor Hedman. That is really screwed up. That is screwed up for Victor. It speaks well to how Hayden Fleury is playing, but you shouldn't have those two players be confused for one another. But that's what's going on sometimes. If all of your players, your great players, and your NHL bubble players are playing the same way, that's not a skills issue. That is a structure issue. It means guys don't know where they're supposed to be. And, it was so painful last night to have so many Rangers fans in Amalie Arena and for the Lightning to crap the bed like that. To have all of the Rangers fans cheering and chanting, and Lightning fans have nothing to push back with because their team has crapped the bed. They have let in all of these unforgivable scoring chances that embarrass their goalie while playing such sound defensively that their own goalie looks brilliant. Shesterkin is a good goalie. We all know that. But he wasn't great last night. Like, what are you going to put on the highlight reel that Shesterkin did? What? He made a couple of good saves before Nikita Kucherov scored on him. That's good. But, like, where was Shesterkin being absolutely brilliant last night? He wasn't brilliant. The Lightning didn't have great scoring chances because the Rangers played stiff defense. Credit to the Lightning forwards. They work so hard to try and generate. They work so hard to try and generate chances, cycling the puck down low. They're just machines out there. But it always flies in the net because guys are out of position when the Rangers come back the other way. And it's painful. It was emotionally painful for me to watch that game last night. I care so much, and I end up just feeling bitter at the end of a game like that. Okay, this is a downer. Montreal is there tonight, and what are the Lightning going to come back with? Montreal is, they're not great this year, but they can win games, and the Lightning had the potential to be great this year, and sometimes it feels like they can't. What are the Lightning going to do tonight against the Habs? I can't wait to see it, and by God, I want to see the new year end on a good note. I want to go into 2024 saying, yeah, they've got something. They can do something this year. They've shown the potential. They've shown it. We know they have it. They've got to show it. Okay. Smile. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. They're gonna do great tonight, and they're gonna do great this season. And, okay. Let's go. Go Bolts.